Well, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, sports fans from around the world. And I do mean sports fans because this is a sport, sim racing. And we are athletes, senior athletes, however. So welcome to the eSeniors GT3 World Championships. We are with Group 1 today, the elite of our league of 50 or more year-old drivers. We are at Silverstone today. And my name is Mike Molesky. I'm going to join the other guys right now. So we are with Jeremy and Jonathan Wood. Generally, you guys can say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, good to be here. Race 2, man. Race 2.
Race 2 is right. Looking forward to these guys. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a very, very exciting race. First time we have so many fast drivers in one group compared to last season. This is going to be big. I believe it's going to be an awesome race.
So somebody in the chat can tell us whether audios are good, because we're about five minutes away from qualifying still. Yeah, so Silverstone's the usual classic track. The Group 2 race this, just a few minutes ago was great. I've forgotten how long a 50-minute race is. How about you, Jeremy? Were you sweating at the end?
What do you mean?
I'm sweating in terms of heat, like a lot of effort.
Yeah. No, it was a very intense race. It was a good race. I mean, I really enjoyed racing. And no, here the temperature is cool. I opened my window, so I was feeling the breeze coming through the car windows.
That's right. That's good. It was nice to see a nice number of people, and Group 1, 24 drivers. What do you think of that?
I think it's awesome. And actually, Derek Bird is missing today. A couple of people are missing as well. It's awesome. It's really good to see. And as our numbers grow, probably for next season, we'll have to look into maybe 3 groups. We'll see as we grow. Difficult to know at this point, but it looks great.
24 drivers and some new names, but some old names. And the new names, there's some fast new names too. We were watching qualifying there, and so there'll be some interesting racing this year, I'm sure. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, Jeremy, in past seasons, and amazingly, we're season 7, right? But in past seasons, we've all had to suffer with like maybe 1 or 2 aliens. But here we are. We've got a whole bunch of new names, and there's at least like 5 aliens in our ranks. So this is going to be really, really exciting. I'm jazzed. And we already had a good Group 2 race, but these guys are all 2 seconds a lap faster than the Group 2 fellas, and this is going to be bloody amazing.
That's what I believe as well. I believe we're gonna. This is going to show us a new face of eSeniors. I mean, although in the past we had awesome Group 1 races, they always put on a good show. But we have new drivers, and some of those drivers are well-known streamers as well, and YouTube influencers. So here we go. I mean, that's very good. They're bringing some kind of notoriety to our group, and it's very, very nice to see that happening.
Yeah, we've got Steve Young, so Sky194, and also Sylvain Dessart in the BMW. So everyone who's watching these guys, hi everyone, and I hope you enjoy this race and hope your guys do well. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, right. Just before I forget, let's do a little shout out to our sponsors, Sim3D, the provider of fine racing sim products, especially their pedal rumble motor. Also, Syndeo, provider of telecom services for voice over internet protocol phone systems, and Crown and Castle. They do event decor, Christmas decor, and even wizard wands.
That's right. Thank you to them.
Yes. So Silverstone, classic track to start, wasn't it? We did that on purpose. I think, Jeremy, just so a lot of people are comfortable with it. And for 1.9, we need some comfort for a little while. It's going to be interesting to see how the Group 1 drivers under stress deal with the new tire model?
Yeah, I read and I heard all the controversy about this, but each time there is a new version of the game, there's the kind of the same debates, which means we have to learn to adapt to a new situation, and in the end, everyone is happy racing again. So, yeah, we have a couple of very fast cars. I believe the Ferrari is really fast. But yeah, let's see what that brings. But always, when there's a change, some people are kind of reluctant, and then they all get on board with it.
Yeah, good. I haven't had any response about our audios, but I think we're probably okay. I had it ringing in my ear a few minutes ago, so.
So this is the Group 1, obviously, and so we've had a few people who have moved up from Group 2. So
Yeah.
Mike and Jeremy, who has moved up from Group 2 to this Group 1?
We have Don Quinn, we have Ollie Lenortner, we have Victorek, we have yeah, that's about it. We had 4 or 5 drivers from Group 2 move to Group 1, and that's going to be their first race today. So I'm pretty sure they're pretty intimidated and maybe hopefully very excited and challenged by this.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be fucking sweating, mate. And I don't know about you. So you're talking about sweating, right? But for most of us, after a 50-minute race, we all need a pee. Okay, that's our biggest issue. Anyway, qualifying. It looks like qualifying is now green. We're going.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's find somebody who's out there.
Yeah, I believe we're going to see the usual suspects at the front, which means I think it's going to be Chris Moses again.
Chris Moses always makes it out on the first.
Yeah, Peter Roslener. It's very interesting because Peter just reappeared. So I think he came back last week on track, and right away he showed his pace. And so yeah, let's see if someone can keep up with him.
I know I'm going to stick my neck out and say that number 992, Brad Marys, is going to be pole position. He'll have a low 58, maybe even a high 57. I don't know, but we've got a whole bunch of folks who are very, very good around here. So we've got Peter, right? We've got Chris Moses. We know Chris Bourne is amazing. John Saunders is super alien. And then these new guys who, I just don't know. But, I saw Brad last night posted a 58. I'm like, okay, game on. This is going to be super exciting.
It is. I believe also we have someone from down under, Steve Crossland. I believe he's a New Zealander.
Yes,
and extremely fast. He's extremely fast as well. So I believe he's definitely going to end up in the top 5.
Yeah, hopefully his ping will be on his side. I see him in orange right now, but the whole issue of getting too close to another car with a bad ping, and you have issues. He might have those issues. We've never really seen that with a front runner before, so that will be interesting to look at.
Okay, well, he's coming. Moses is leading the pack here. He's coming up to the start-finish line. How would you walk us through on his lap there, Jonathan?
Yeah.
I've got to find him first. Where is he? There he is. Okay, so he's gone through Cops. Now he's heading through Beckett's, super fast. 5th gear, down into 4th. He shifts down into 3rd very early, but gets that apex. This is a warm-up lap right here. This is not a hot lap by the looks of it. But anyways, goes down the hanger straight.
It's a second lap, so yeah, but...
It is his second lap. It doesn't really look like he's pushing that much.
You need another lap for your tires, don't you?
Yeah, but down the hanger straight into to club. This is a new club corner. It used to be crazy fast. Then into the Stowe complex. He's going to go down into 1st gear. There's a sausage on the left here. Hit the sausage and die. Get back on the gas real early for the right-hander. You're flat all the way through this. Whoa, a little bit of oversteer. He missed the apex. On that apex, if you hit that sausage, you sit on that, you definitely effing die. This is a very, very fast right-hander after the Hamilton straight. and a flat-out left-hander before going into this right-hand turn. Another one here, you've got that super big sausage. He's missed the apex again, not too much of a big deal. This innocuous little left-hander with a big sausage, it is actually the hardest corner on the track to get right before you go down the Wellington Straight. This is a whole new section that came in the last 10 years. You get down to the end of this straight, it's a late braking, down from 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd. Try and get on the gas as early as possible. And then this double apex right-hander before you get onto the pit, quote-unquote, straight, which is anything but straight, because it's got this bloody great bend in it. Before you go over the start-finish line. And he just posted a 1:59.1. So a couple of seconds faster than I can go, about 5 seconds faster than I can go in a cup car.
Now we're gonna watch. Let's watch your pole position and not guess, but prediction. Mr. Myers, new guy, Brad, I believe. Check his name. Yeah, Brad Myers.
Maris.
Myers. Oh, Myers. Yeah. He's posted a. What is it?
Peter has already posted a 1:58.590 to go provisionally on pole position. That is just monster fucking quick.
It is.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, he's gonna be the man to beat today. To me, it's pretty obvious already. But let's see. He definitely got the handle of that new Porsche there. So
I'm just gonna comment on the manufacturers there. Lots of Ferraris in this Group 2.
Yes, there
That's
are.
new, isn't it?
Well, I believe it's the new fast car, and if you know how to set up the Porsche as well, you know. But look, obviously Peter knows how to tune that car and lap as fast as he is. So.
Well, this new tire model really does allow somebody like Peter to go faster, because he's just like so smooth on the wheel. You know, we know he doesn't overdrive at all. He's just like super quick, and he's like a professional freaking racing driver, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, you know, and we know that this new tire model, it really punishes you if you overdrive. So for somebody like Peter, it's like, it's a dream come true, basically.
Yeah, I think not only the tire model, but they changed the suspension a bit too. It seems like some of those cars that were bouncing off curbs are handling them a little bit better, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'm following Brad Marys right now. He's just coming through the last bend. He's a second up on his fast time, but it's still only going to get him a 1:59.5 at best. Well, 1:59.8, I think, which is 1:59.8. Yeah, it's good for 8th position.
I'm following Crosland there on the stream, and he's going to jump into the 58s with this one. How far has he got? He's almost coming up to the last third here. If he can hang on to it, he's up by 0.4 of a second.
Yep, John Saunders just popped a 1:58.9.
Nice.
Wow.
And he's in P2, which is freaking awesome. Good job.
Crosland's going to jump into P2, I think, with this one.
And he does.
There
Wow.
P2 at 24.
I can do math on the
Very
fly.
close. Very close to the top.
So there's another couple names. Go ahead.
You had two Porsches, 1, 2. You know, so yeah. Okay, those guys are really good. Those guys are very good.
It's nice to see John up there still.
What's very strange is to see folks like Chris Bourne looking kind of ordinary next to these super fast guys, because we know Chris is like mega fast.
Yeah.
But it's like, wait a second, what's happening? Well, I guess, I mean, Chris, you know, he's had some surgery, so I don't even know why he's driving if he's in pain. So, but, you know, we welcome it, of course. But, yeah,
Moses,
I'm sure just
watch
pain.
Moses here. Moses has got a great lap going. He just spun a little bit and lost the 0.2, but he's still up 0.4. It'll bring him into the podium for sure.
You know, I'm watching Steve Crossland. By the way, I love his livery. It's a beautiful livery. But as well, I mean, he could be a surprise today. he seems to be very at ease on this track and with that Porsche. You know, who knows? We'll see. But look how close top 4 is. Within a half second.
See who else has got a good lap going. How much time have we got left? 6 minutes. Lots of time left.
Yeah, 6 minutes, yes.
Crosland here is he is up a little bit on his time, a quarter of a second, which won't quite give him podium, but will solidify his second place. Or is he just coming around to the start-finish line now? 0.2 of a second, what he's going to get.
So yes, you're right, Jonathan. Maris now is P5, only a half a second down. And Murchie is doing well as well in P6.
Yeah, nice to see Murchie up there still in the Group 1. Didn't notice how many of the liveries I'm missing, if any. Did it sync? I think this Myers' livery is a good livery, but a nice black Porsche.
Yeah.
He is maintaining his time at this point. Peter, we haven't given him much airtime. He's up on his time now. He's under a couple of tenths of a second.
That's interesting. Maris has no number on his car.
Oh, doesn't he?
He doesn't show.
You're right. He's a phantom.
How can it be done?
I don't know. So Peter's still, let's get a view in his cockpit here. He's still up on his last lap, on his podium lap. So he's got some time left. Oh, he's up 0.2 of a second already.
There you go.
So your boy Myers there, Jonathan, he's in 5th place. Nice, not off by much, but some of the older guys are still got it.
Yeah, and the best from Group 2 who moved to Group 1 so far is Ollie Milner P11. So there you go. He used to be in Group 2 last season, and he's the best of that group in Group 1 now.
So he's going to Peter bettered his time a little bit.
I'm not surprised.
And Sylvain is another one who's got a good lap going. He's up by 0.2 of a second.
So we have, I believe, Terry Trowbridge. Isn't he in Group 1? He's not racing today.
No, he's not racing today, no?
No, he's not. Or is he Group 2? I don't remember.
So he's still got a German flag on the side of his wing.
Who?
This is Mr. Dessart. Sart.
Dessart is Belgium.
Belgium, okay.
Belgium.
That's Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay. Sylvain. Then.
Yeah, Sylvain. Yeah.
Sylvain.
Look, c'est un francophone.
Oh, I have watched some of his streams. Yeah, Sim Racing Belgique. Yeah. He's got lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Big following. So who we got here? John Saunders has got a lap going. Ooh, he had 0.3 of a second. Lost a little bit there. Just going to go back between these two guys. Dessart, he's got 0.3 of a second up on his last lap. What's that going to do to him? He's going to bump him up a couple of spots, at least one, to 6th. Coming down to the last couple of minutes of qualifying. Yeah, 0.3 of a second. It's going to pop him up to at least 6. There he goes, jumped up to 6th. Good job there. And Saunders has got a good lap going. He is going to, if he can maintain or get a little bit more, he might jump into 2nd. Come on, John. I like seeing those BMWs.
Hey, sorry about some internet issues.
Yeah, you're back. Yes, John is going to jump into 2nd place with this. He's got number 1 on his door. How about that? I never noticed that before. Boom, jump number 2. What a go, John.
Wow. Yeah, very nice lap.
That sounds like last year, Saunders and Wolf. No, I guess it was Saunders and Moses most of the time. Murchie's
Yes,
got a
it
good
was.
lap going. How far is he? He's coming up to the last third. And if Ferrari,
Yeah.
Marlboro Ferrari.
This is Mercedes track.
He likes this one, does he?
He really likes this track, yeah, and he always goes well.
Now he's
here.
changed cars, right? He wasn't racing a Ferrari.
No, he was
you're right.
racing. What was he racing? Was he racing the BMW last season?
Yes, he was. He's up a half a second. Oh, for a second there. So he is going to jump into at least sixth place. Take it back from Dessart. Boom, sixth place.
And-
there we go.
Yeah.
And John Saunders is currently 2/10 up, so he's got pole position pace.
There we go.
Wow.
He's currently he's going down the Hamilton straight right now, going past the pits.
Wow.
He's got a 10th.
He
He
The
just
wolf,
dropped
the
10th.
wolf is up by half a second too, though. So, the same amount. So this is going to be an interesting one. Where is he in his lap? They're both very close. Peter's first. Let's watch him for a bit. He's up. He lost it right there. So they both lost their time.
Yeah. But now he's got a 10th back again. Well, no. Now he's lost it again.
Yeah.
And this is the last lap, so...
Okay.
Yeah, Derek Birch says that Murchie was in Aston last season.
There we go. Derek, how's the volumes? So who's got a time going here? Steve, is it Crossley? Yeah, Steve. Looks like he's got a time. No, he just lost it. Chris has got a time going, which would jump him onto the podium if he can hold on to it.
Yeah, Chris
just-
Moses.
Oh, it's
just
a second!
posted-
Wow.
Yeah, Chris Moses up to second.
Nice.
Wow.
And Peter improved his time, though, 58.382.
Yeah, we talked about low 58s, didn't we?
Yep.
So Moses is going to get another lap in here. Still got a valid lap going.
Yeah, and Peter's aborted his last lap.
Yeah, he did.
And Chris Moses, let's see.
Just
He
lost
needs-
some time, yeah.
He needs 3/10
Yeah.
to take pole, and it looks there. No, he just invalidated that lap.
There you go. So, there we go. Nice. That was fun qualifying.
Well, the top 7 drivers are in the same second. And then we have a whole bunch of guys from P8 to P18
Within
in
2.
the same second.
Yeah. That is gonna
So
be
the
fun.
top 17 drivers are under 2 minutes.
Incredible.
In
See,
fact,
I'm
the
so-
top 20 would have taken pole position in the Group 2 race.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about an elite group, huh?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's amazing.
And Don Queen and Krista Hjort, they both posted the same lap time. They are on the back row, but they both posted the same lap time.
I believe some drivers from Group 1 might ask political asylum to Group 2. So here we go.
There we go. So now we're just going to have to wait for the reset.
Yeah, and so this is anyone's race, I reckon. So we saw yesterday in the Cup race that even if you're faster, right? Even if you have
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
lap a second faster than the car in front, it's very difficult to get by
Yeah,
because
you- you
all
have-
of these guys hit every apex, and as long as you
Yeah.
do that, you're not going to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had an awesome race, by the way, Jonathan, yesterday. But big question is, how come you're not racing Group 1?
I decided that I have an issue with I still have an issue with my elbow, but it feels much better, and I figured that it would best to just concentrate on one championship, which is the Cup, the Porsche Cup.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy hanging out with you guys in the commentary booth. So I've committed to commentating on Saturday for Group 1 and Group 2. So
Awesome.
instead of racing, and it's probably good for my health. And it's good for the heart and the soul as well, because I like taking a piss out of all these guys.
Well, you don't pull punches to like, oh, look at that, he missed the apex. And
You don't know.
like
You
I've said,
don't know.
and like I've said many times, your British accent lends some credibility to this broadcast.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I know. Jonathan is a natural. Yeah, we're very, very happy you're commentating.
Not to mention your skill.
That's right.
I do like to listen to your commentary on that round track.
Okay, so here are the big boys on the grid now.
Yeah, so if you look at this top 6, right, you've got Peter Wolfschlager, you've got Chris Moses, John Saunders, Steve Crossland, and Brad Merris. The only one we don't really know about is Brad, and then Merche in 6th. Now, how many of these guys are going to give way if somebody makes a move?
Yeah,
I don't think any of them will. I really don't. They're all going to be stuck doing a rock and a hard place when it comes to overtaking. You're going to have to really make the move stick, because the guy in front is not going to allow you past.
And
so
not going to make many mistakes either. Too many.
No,
nobody in this group. Nobody.
I mean, look,
makes
you got
mistakes.
Chris Bourne is in P8, Steve Young in P9. So the top 10 is all really, really tight. That's very tight.
I'm glad to see some of our top guys from last year, Moses, Saunders, and they're in the top 5.
Yeah, and check it out. Your top racer from Group 2 of last season, is in P11.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
good job.
Yeah.
And Don's fairness to Don, I don't think he's practiced that much with the new tire model. He was kind of disgusted by the way it was working, so he'll get better, I'm sure, as the year goes on. All right, getting started almost. Very short run up to the start-finish line here. So they use a different starting spot here than F1, don't they?
Yeah, line. They start around the old course. Around the old start finish line.
Here we go.
And they are rolling.
See if there's any gatemanship goes on during the start. So it's not really going to do anything to your brakes.
What's John Saunders, I say? He's looking very aggressive. He's looking at that middle between the two cars in front. Here we go. It's green.
Peter got a good start, and so did Saunders.
Yeah, top 4 got a great start.
Yeah, hang in there. Looking good.
Going to Beckett's. This is where John made a mistake yesterday. No such mistake today.
There's everybody's. There's a little spot. There's a little tap, but not too much damage there.
Yeah, between the top 4, Peter definitely got the better jump so far in that first sector. He's already half a second faster than Chris.
Oh, that was close.
It was very close between Crossland and John Saunders. Very, very close. And Merche, look at the top 5. Look at this group. And Chris Bourne, amazing. P6, great start.
Yeah, fantastic start from Chris.
Just going to go through the crowd a little bit here. Whoa, there's some skidding going on there. Oh, who's that? 623 or 823. That was Krister. Spun out a little bit.
Oh, Chris Moses took a little dive to Peter. Almost hit him.
Oh, yeah. Let's wait for things to spread out a little bit here. There's Chris.
Yeah, that little mistake by Chris Moses gave Peter a little bit of breathing room at the front.
Helicam on this. There we go. Still very close. So there's the top 3 right there. They can see each other, but it gets very close coming back behind them. It's going to go through the field here.
And the top 11 all have less than a second between each car.
Yes. Yeah, very close field so far. I believe this race he's it's gonna be it's gonna start being very, very exciting after the pit stops. I mean, not it's not now, right now, but I believe the outcome of the race is gonna be played right after the pit stops.
Could be. I mean, with a group like this, when it's this competitive, you have to execute a perfect pit stop.
Exactly. But so far, Peter is not escaping.
No, I was just going to say that nobody's pulling away.
He's not. But so what these guys are doing, and especially the top two, is they're respecting the fact that this new tire model requires them to not be at 100% right from the get-go. They need to look after these tires for a few laps before that graining period goes away, so that they can really start pushing.
Damn, that new tire model is going to turn us into actual race drivers here. I'll have to use a strategy. But look at this top three. So I'll go to the cockpit here. This is what they're looking at.
Yeah, top 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, the top 12, they're all nose to tail.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap here, but not much. These three.
Watching Peter drive, I mean, he is so smooth. The car is just on rails. It's not sliding one little bit, not even a tiny bit of oversteer or understeer anywhere. Is just such perfection.
Yeah, he's always been that kind of driver. He's always been on top of his game since the day he joined eSeniors. He's a remarkable driver, end of story, and very difficult to keep up with.
Oh yeah, when you talk to him, he's just a very, very calm and collected guy as well. Very softly spoken.
Yes.
Doesn't lose his rag, and good guy. It's good to see him back for this season.
Yeah, the other guys are gonna have to figure him out if they want to pass him. But in the meantime, Chris Moses is being chased by John. And it's gonna be a tough race out there for a couple of guys.
Yeah, Peter is a second in front now, and so John is only like 0.3, less than 0.3 behind Chris. So he's just waiting for an opportunity. That's another one that's unusual, seeing John Saunders in a BMW.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. I was gonna say, it tells you that everyone jumped on the new cars, but at the same time, the old cars are holding pretty well on with this new version.
Oh, I love the BMW in this new version. It handles a lot more nimble,
I just wish it sounded better. So they've improved the sound of the Porsche. The Porsche sounds absolutely freaking brilliant.
Yes, it does.
But I just wish they do the same thing to the BMW, because by comparison, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Oh, looks like Merch is going to take a little bite here around the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Mr. Crosland's getting a taste of some eSenior, guys. And Chris took advantage of that too. Watch this.
Yeah, he's right behind Murchie right now. You can see the twitch at the rear. The rear end of the Ferrari seems to be a little looser.
Yeah, what's what happened with the BMW turn? I haven't dialed in a setup yet. I haven't had much time, but it drifts now. I've never used to drift at all. So if you can control it, it's great. And I was telling, go ahead.
Just watch Chris Bourne go through Beckett's, and he was like pushing so hard.
And Saunders almost passed him there.
Yeah, at that last break there, at 0.011.
Yeah, they were side by side. Yeah. And Murchie is still really harassing Mr. Crosland.
Yeah, actually, Crosland, Murchie, Chris Bourne, they're really attacking those guys. That's good. Yeah, so lots of battles down the field. I mean, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to somebody else here. Looks like Steve Howell's on Billy Stewart. There's some familiar names.
Up front, it's like the Titans of eSeniors, isn't it? It's freaking fantastic.
Ooh, look at that livery on Howell's. That's a pretty snap-on tools. What else is on there? Pretty sharp-looking livery.
So what's interesting is the driving style difference between Chris Moses and Peter. So, I just alluded to the fact that Peter is very, very smooth, no oversteer, no understeer. He's looking after the tires. Chris, on the other hand, you can hear the tires like moving around. He's got they're sliding around. Clearly, he's losing a little bit of time almost everywhere now to Peter. So Peter's eked out 1.5 seconds, and I think you're going to just find that Peter just slowly drives away from him.
Just by the smoothness. Just I got on the screen here, this train of 7 cars. This is way down in 21st. Look at that. This is going to be a fun battle between all these guys.
Look at this. Radislav Vitrek, who used to kill everyone in Group 2, is struggling in P19 behind Peter Lafrance and Steve Howells.
Yeah, these guys need to practice more by the looks of it. Christo is running 23rd and last. It looks like he must have had some kind of issue because he's quite a way behind the next car, which is Don Queen. So maybe he spun or something.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
He's 12 seconds.
And
he's 12 seconds behind.
Yeah, and don't forget as well, he has a little issue with his Achilles tendon there, so it could be related as well. He was questioning racing, so.
But between P13, which is Craig Holmes, and P22, there's literally no time between anyone.
Yes,
there's less than a second between everyone.
Yes, that's
so amazing stuff.
Yeah, Laszlo is back with us, and he's in P14 right now, and seriously challenging Craig Holmes.
Yeah, you got Flenstead, Chubb, Vitrek, Howells, Linotner, LaFrance, Stewart, Nemeth. They're all like nose to tail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sylvain is doing a good race in P7. That's good to see. He's been involved this week in a couple of incidents practicing Silverstone. So I'm sure he's thrilled to be racing free today. And right now he's being
harassed,
challenged by Brad.
Yeah.
This battle with Ollie, everyone behind Ollie, I mean, it's amazing. It really is. And this is a battle for 16th place. But they're going at it hammer and tongs. They really are. It's definitely going to end in
Here's
here.
an incident there. Hold on. Something just happened there.
Yeah.
To Billy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Somebody's off track there.
That's Billy. Oh, just went through that corner. I don't know what that was about. Okay, we're back live here. So you're saying Ollie and Howells, huh? Let's just watch that for a bit.
Yeah, Ollie, Howells, Vitrek, LaFrance, Chubb, Flenstead. They're all like, less than half a second behind each other.
To give Ollie a hard time, he's holding up the pack.
Yeah, he is.
He kind of is, actually.
Like a freaking one-legged kangaroo. with 1 foot in his pouch.
We'll have to talk to him later and say, "What? Didn't you see those blue flags?"
So the top 3 guys are 4 seconds clear from P4.
Yeah. 38 minutes to go. Pit window's not open yet, is it? No.
No, not yet, no. 3 more minutes.
Oh.
And I see like Merche is still behind Steve Crossland, and he's clearly faster. I wonder if Merche is concerned about Steve's ping, because you know, on the screen, it's okay. It's not like skipping around or anything, but you just don't know. You don't want to get too close to somebody with a really bad ping like that. And Chris Bourne is behind them. It just looks like he's like keeping an eye out to see what happens with these two guys.
I think the game, you know, like I said earlier, I believe really it's gonna once this stop for tires and refueling is when they're all gonna go all out.
Well, the other thing too is Murchie doesn't know this guy really, so
no,
he's
that's
just analyzing him a little bit.
Yeah, but Murchie has matured a lot since in 2 years as a driver. I believe he's become a lot more reasonable and thoughtful on the track, and it shows, and it's paying off.
I tell you one thing, the Porsche is no slouch on the straights anymore, is it?
No, it's pretty even with everything else.
Yeah, that's good to see.
It all depends on your wing setting, I think. You know, like yesterday, so in the Porsche Cup race, something that I realized was, so I had a low wing setting. So every time, even if I screwed up a corner and I had John behind me, I'd pull away on the straight because he was clearly running more wing than me. So it really does look like, you know, the engine differences, like power differences, is very, very little difference between the cars. And a lot of this has to do with your wing settings and your setup. It's all very well being fast in the corners, but if you're like, you know, porridge down the straights, it's not helpful.
So the gap is a lot closer now between Peter and Chris and John Saunders. I mean,
half a second.
Half a second.
I'll jump up there, but I just wanted to make a comment. Look how nice this Ferrari looks from the back.
Yeah, it does.
Beautiful. Wish we could afford one, huh? Okay, here we go. There's John. Here's the the podium's tightened up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. 1 second between them.
Let's just see.
That's incredible to see. It's difficult to know if Peter made a mistake or are the tires starting to come to play. I don't know. Oh, yeah. See, Peter going into that turn, he was sliding a little more than usual.
Yeah, he might be struggling a little with his tires. See.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, he held that one a little long.
That's really awesome to see the top three so close. Really awesome. That's what it's all about.
John's having a great race.
Yeah. So the pit window just opened. Let's see if anyone dives in. This is very early. We saw a Group 2 race winner. He really did pit very, very early around now, and we discovered the reason why was because he had his qualifying set up on for the race, including qualifying fuel. So even though I think that actually helped him like draw away in the first half of the race, of course it did make him struggle a little bit for grip towards the end.
Yeah, I believe those guys are going to stay out another 10 minutes before they pit. But look at this now. Chris is really applying pressure. Yeah, they're staying, yeah. Oh, we lost Christer.
Oh, yeah, he said he might not be able to finish.
Yeah, see, I think he definitely had an issue with his Achilles tendon.
Said he might join us if he didn't finish.
He probably will.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do anything when you're in pain, you know.
Yeah. It is.
This battle between Brad and Sylvain is nice to see.
Ooh,
look at all these cars.
Peter went wide, but then so did Chris.
Yeah.
And that's given John Saunders an opportunity. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he thought better of it. But now that's got all three of them really close now.
You know what? It's going to give, I guarantee you, those three are going to be like this at the very end of the race. It's going to be thrilling.
Well, I mean, they're covered by like 1.5 seconds, the top three. So that means that getting the pit stop right is going to be crucial.
I was just
you know,
going to say,
if
yeah,
there's,
that's just
there's
gonna
1
say.
second difference
Yeah,
between
yeah.
pit stops, you're going to lose or gain places.
Did you guys notice the difference in the car handling with a full tank compared to an empty one? I did on the BMW, it seemed. I know.
Yeah. I believe there is. Yeah, there is a difference. I believe this 1.9 is a major upgrade. I think they're doing a great job. I think the game is getting. I mean, to me, it's a simulation. It's not a game. It's getting better all the time, and yeah, I think they're doing a great job, and I think it's better now. It's funny because you drive all three of us drive
the pits. Mr. Myers is going in the pits. But I believe Eris mentioned that you would get the tire model is so different now that even a full tank is going to affect your handling a little bit.
You know, I believe we all three of us are Porsche Cup drivers, and I think if you drove the Porsche Cup, you got already a hint of that new upgrade, because the tires, the handling of the Porsche Cup is very similar to the new handling of the GT3s, I believe. Yeah. Wow, I'm amazed to see the top three racing the way they are. It's really awesome. It's really awesome.
John is looking very, very much in control of his car compared to the top two guys. He's not struggling at all to keep this pace, where it looks like the other two guys are. You know, they're really on the edge. You can see it.
Yeah, I think he's watching the two in front of him and just waiting.
You know, I'm just flipping between all these battles, and like nobody seems to be getting the upper hand much. These guys are all so good, you know.
Well,
not many mistakes.
No.
It's very difficult.
Chris Bourne, P5, and he's a half a second behind Merche.
Is he up? Let's see. Just taking a look
Drive
at.
through. We have a drive through.
Uh-oh.
Oh, from Billy Stewart.
Billy Stewart.
Wow. Yeah, for speeding in the pits.
Well, this is the first time I've checked. Let's just look and see who's improved and who hasn't. Obviously, the top three are the way they started, but Merche's up 2 spots. Chris Bourne's up 2 spots.
Yeah.
Dessart's up 1. Mr. Goltry is up 3. Steve Young's up 1. Peter Larson is up 5. Craig Holmes is up 8. Laszlo is up 6. So there's some movement, big time. Radislav's up 6. So there's been some. Don's actually Don's making a move. He's up 5 spots now. He's in 17th place.
Yes,
Good
yes,
for him.
absolutely.
He's learning the car.
So we have had a few people pit. So Steve Crossland, he pitted. So that's why Merche and Chris they both gained a spot. Also Brad Marys and the 992, he also pitted, and Roman Mark.
Yeah. So that's why there's some ups and downs there that we'll have to wait till after the pit stops to get excited about that. But Merche's up 2. Chris Bourne's up 3.
And now Chris really made a mistake there.
Yeah.
Made a mistake. Here comes John.
Wasn't quite able to take advantage of it.
I mean, you know, you've got to set yourself up with this track at the right place to make a move, and that wasn't the right place.
Yeah, it's not F1 where you get DT, where you get a boost. DTRS.
Give me DRS all day long, right?
Yeah.
But it's just awfully difficult, isn't it? You know, when the car in front doesn't make a significant error, you just can't slip by, which doesn't make sense because this track is fast, it's wide. You'd think that it would be pretty straightforward, but no.
Steve Young is all over the back of the Aston Martin. Dan Goltry.
Yeah, so see, Krista confirms. No reason to drive in the back with an injury.
Yeah, agreed. Super pressure here from Peter, or for Peter rather. He's soaking it up.
Oh, he just went wide.
Oh,
Just went
that-
wide.
Yeah, but it's okay. He kept his foot in it. He didn't lose any time at all.
Does he get a
No,
truck
he
cut
didn't,
for
but
that?
he definitely got a truck warning for that.
That's a truck cut spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know, I got two. I got two.
I don't know. This track does seem to be rather forgiving when it comes to
Yeah,
track
it
cut
is.
warnings. It's very forgiving.
I got two in that corner early on, so I had to be careful in that corner.
Well, you must
I guess-
have a really heavy right foot.
Either that or no, I just missed the apex, but maybe if you come back in slower than you came out or went in.
Yeah, you just got to just give it a little feather, and it doesn't give you the track cut.
Yeah.
So Peter Lafrance and Mr. Chubb are in the pits.
Chris is all over him.
Yeah, he is. He's all over him like a flight of shit right now. Isn't he?
It is going to be interesting to see who blinks first for the pit stops. You know what? It'll be fun when we have the different pit stop strategies where you can take tires or not later on in one of these races to see what's going to happen.
That's right.
Well, you know, there's the overcut, there's the undercut, and what Peter needs to do right now, he needs to keep an eye on what Chris is doing, because ideally, Peter needs to react to what Chris is doing.
I think
Because
they're gonna come.
if he doesn't, then Chris is gonna, if he, let's say, for example, Chris pits first, and then Peter pits like 3 or 4 laps later, well, Chris is gonna be ahead of him. Because you can see that he's faster. So whatever Chris does, Peter needs to react. So, but it's going to take a lap, isn't it?
There he
Well,
goes.
they're both
There he goes.
Here
No,
comes Peter.
Peter's coming in.
Chris Moses, John Saunders are staying out.
Yeah. So does Chris Moses, does he have the speed still in those tires to, basically get ahead of Peter by the time he comes out?
Good question.
And now there's a lap car between John Saunders and Chris. He had to brake really, really heavily there. He's not going to be a happy. Yeah, he's not going to be a happy camper. That's for sure. Get out of the way, Billy. Come on, move over.
A lot of people in the pit.
Come on, you can do it. There's a blue flag. I saw it.
Oh, Dan has
You'll not-
spin. Let's see his spin here. Oh, just overcooked it. Wow. That'll drop him down a bit.
He's still getting blue flags.
Who is?
Needs to move over.
Oh, he hasn't moved over yet.
No, he's still not moved over. There's another one. How many blue flags before you get penalized, Jeremy?
Well, you know what? I mean, 3, 4 maximum, but it shouldn't happen. You should just lift and let the driver go by.
No matter how fast you are.
There's nothing in it for him right now. By not letting him by blocking him. Nothing in it for him as well at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now he's pulling over. Okay.
Good. Okay.
Well, let's see if Moses goes in the next. Follow him along, see if he goes into the pits now.
I think both of them will.
Moses is
Yeah,
back.
He's gone in.
Moses is in, and Saunders is in.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, they're both in.
So we'll have to watch here. We'll watch where
So where's
Peter is?
Peter?
Peter's coming up to.
Question is, when you pit, do you have time to get out of your seat, go pee, get back in your car, and be ready for them
Nope.
to put it down off of the jack and go?
Pepsi bottle. Pepsi bottle.
I don't think you do.
Now look, we're eSeniors, okay? Some of us are old.
That depends.
Well, if you're wearing depends. Exactly. Okay. Wear a diaper. Okay.
Lee Ellis, was fun racing you earlier, Lee.
Okay, here
Okay,
comes.
I'm sitting in the pits watching these guys.
I've got it on.
So
I've got it on Peter. He's coming down.
Chris is coming out. He's just got done. So Chris
here
has
comes
stayed
Peter.
Here comes Peter.
ahead Chris has stayed ahead of John.
Oh, he went wide. He knows. Look at this.
And he
Back
passed.
exactly
He's
the same
passed.
spot.
So, yep, Peter just skipped past.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
that's cool.
And
And
he's got warm tires as well. Yep, so he should be able to pull out a little gap here by the end of the lap.
That was cool to see.
Yep.
He went wide though, didn't he? He knew he had to.
Yeah, he knew he had to hustle.
Yeah.
There was no screwing around there.
No. Let's see what the gap is here. Well, he's not pulling away.
Yeah, so you know what? Those guys are gonna fight to the very end. And look at this.
Yeah,
Chris is really attacking.
is uber aggressive. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay? Enough's enough.
I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that John Saunders is going to win this.
Really?
Yep.
Everything's possible. So Sylvain is still out with Grolty and Ollie. No one has pitted yet. It's going to be a late pit stop. Okay, so Chris now is almost a second down. Yeah, so something happened. Maybe a slight mistake.
Yeah, and John actually lost, let's see, like 6 seconds to Chris Moses in that pit stop.
Wow.
In
That's
fact,
a lot.
yeah, Steve Crossland actually overtook John Saunders in those pit stops.
What was that all about, I wonder? That's a lot of time to lose.
That is a huge chunk of time to lose, and that must have been during the stop.
Now, could it have been he screwed up and had to make some adjustments to his fuel or something? I don't know.
We'd have to ask him after the race.
Our new boy Brad Mears is really giving Steve Young some hassles. Oh, they pitted? Everybody just about pitted.
Ollie is in the pits to serve his pit stop.
Sylvain stays still out. It's really taking his time. And Grolty in the only McLaren as well, not pitted yet.
Yeah, another driver who lost out in the pit stops was Mircea Paunov, so he's running 10th right now. He was right behind. No, he was in front of Chris Bourne. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
So he's lost. He's lost 1, 2, 3. He's lost 4 spots.
Wow.
Here comes Grolty into the pits.
Okay. And Sylvain as well. Okay, so they're both in.
We're back.
So here we're back. Yeah. Okay. So now here they come.
Just listen to the sound of that. You're right. It really improved the sound of the Porsche. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds angry. It sounds faster than every other car.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Peter goes past the start-finish line and passes those 2 guys in the pits, so he picks up the lead again. And Chris Moses is 1.2 seconds behind him in second place. Then you've got Steve Crossland in 3rd, John Saunders 4th, Chris Bourne 5th.
Got a drive-through.
Oh no.
Oh dear. So yeah, I was watching him as he came in, and it did look like he came in a wee bit too hot.
And a 30-second stop and go for Grolty.
And Grolty, yeah.
This battle right here is on the hottest one right now. Brad and Steve Young.
So both those guys came into the pits at the same time, so why would the end give one guy a drive-through and the other guy a 30-second stop and go, which basically ends his race?
That's a very good. I believe. Yeah, that's a good question.
I remember once I got a DQ, and it was because I had popped it into second and then really went fast in the like it was a big overspeed in the pits. So I wonder if that's the issue.
Probably, yeah. Probably like a few different levels. Maybe we should ask Kunos.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah, it's difficult to understand why. I mean, maybe one is speeding coming out, and the other one is coming into the pits.
Maybe you speed coming in and coming out.
Yeah,
oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh well,
that's what it is. That's what it is. Double whammy.
Yeah.
This is a great battle here. Merche is on Sylvain too.
Yeah, well now Sylvain must retreat.
Oh yeah.
Knowing he has to drive through, so.
Another big loser in the pit stops is Ollie. He's now down in 19th, and he started in 11th. So yeah,
Wow.
that's really a big kick in the bollocks for him.
But yeah, the top 10's changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, big time. I mean, we did suggest that was going to happen.
Wait a second. We lost Dom Quinn.
Yes, I was looking for him actually.
Dom Quinn quit.
Huh. That's not good.
Oh, how come? Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him later.
And Saunders is going to start catching up with Crosland now. Get back on the podium.
Yeah, he's caught him up. He's now half a second behind Crosland, who in turn is like almost 6 seconds behind this battle for P1.
Ooh.
Oh, just overcooked it.
You almost lost the car.
I was following
John
John earlier in the week, and he had trouble with that quite a few times. What corner was that? No, that's not the same corner we.
Or did he mount the sausage?
No,
I
just
don't know, he did
no, he
not,
just a
he
power
did not.
oversteer, just a power oversteer. Remember in the old
Chris
days?
Moore now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Chris is having a really lonely race now in 5th. He's got Steve Young behind him, about 2 seconds behind in the Lambo.
See, so this pit stop completely changed the field. Completely.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Everything was tossed except for the top two.
Yeah,
Everything
turned everything on its head basically, didn't it?
Insane.
But that's what we like to see.
Yes, it's true. So Nico says GT is not for speed in the pits. So what is it for?
Oh, DT, is that track cuts?
Yeah, but it did happen when he came out of the pits.
I don't think that's the case because I've had a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is caught up.
I think there's different levels of speeding basically.
Chris is caught up to Peter. Peter must have made a slight mistake.
He is. He's only 0.3 behind. He's right on his ass now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ooh.
It's interesting to see Chris. On this right-hander here, he's super aggressive. He really cuts that. And he gets very close to that sausage as well.
Yeah, you can see that Ferrari is slightly lower to the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the handling and the way corners is completely different. I had Dimitri Stavis behind me, and at one point I saw him zooming in toward a corner, and I was like, "How do we do that, Mark?"
It was tough. It was a tough car to drive before. Now it's just an amazing car to drive.
It is, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't by chance that Eris did his review of the first car he took out was this Ferrari. He had a big smile on his face as he was jumping over curbs with it.
So the battle for P3 is definitely between John Saunders and Steve Crossman. Let's see what happens. I don't think anyone else can challenge for P3.
No, yeah, you're definitely right there, and there's something happens up front here.
Brad just can't get by Steve Young. They two have been at it the whole race, within a half a second of each other.
Just a very, very difficult track to pass on.
They're actually catching up to Chris Bourne, the two of them.
Oh, so Steve Young, it's not, you know, I just know, okay. No, it's, yeah, Steve Young, he's in the Lamborghini, he used to be in the Porsche, so he switched cars.
Oh, that was close. He went away from it when he was trying to get in there.
Chris Moses really not letting go. That's, you know, it's good to see because I remember in past races, Peter really being a lone wolf all the way
you're right.
ahead of everyone, you know, like 30, 40 seconds ahead. And here he has someone giving him a little challenge.
Now, he didn't race with us that much last year, right? Or did he race with us at all last year, Peter?
That's right, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, he just came back.
Oh, Peter just sliding his way through there. I think Peter's got some tire trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be thrilling. It's going to be thrilling to the very last lap. I think anything can happen. Actually, Chris has the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that fastest lap is a 158.872.
That the middle sector, they're
Wow.
tied. They're tied for fastest second sector. And Moses has the fastest first sector, and way down, Mr. Brad Marys has the fastest third sector. Well, great battle for the last podium here.
Yeah.
These three also.
John Saunders is now right behind Steve Crossland, and he's challenging
Oh, there
going
goes.
into club, or Stowe rather.
He's gonna get it. Yeah.
He's gonna get him.
There he goes.
Little waggle on the BMW there.
Steve still has the inside line. Is he going to squeeze him?
Oh,
No, Steve has the
hit the
inside.
curb, hit the curb.
Now John has the inside, and John wins the corner.
Very nice, very nice. And it's not over yet.
Yeah, good job, John.
Yeah, Steve hit the curb a little bit there, and then settled him a little bit. That was just enough.
Good racing from both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very close, very respectful, but very hard racing, as you would expect.
John's probably going to take off now.
I don't know, I'm not sure that this race is over yet.
Nah.
We've got another 8 or 9 laps left.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you said John lost time during the pits, is that it?
Yeah, he's down. Yeah, he's down 9 seconds on the top guys. Yeah.
He was so much closer.
Oh, here goes Brad Mary's trying to get a crack at Steve Young. Everybody's getting a little more aggressive now.
Yeah, Chris Moses lapping about 1 to 2 tenths of a second faster than Peter, which is very interesting. They're both in the 158s. They're 158.8, 158.9.
And we lost Victorek as well. Okay.
We've still got 20 on track. Well, 19, I guess.
19, yeah.
He's still stood in the pits having a very, 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 very long stop.
Yeah, I'm listening to the Dark Side of the Moon album.
Back here in 11th, 12th, and 13th, we've got a BMW showroom here. 3 of them together.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I love my BMW electric car. I'm putting together a podcast to show people about it, talk about it, the experience.
What kind of sound does it make?
Zero. Zero.
Do you make, so when you're driving it, do you make your own sounds? Right. I've often wondered about that.
Reminds me when I was a kid, putting a card in the bicycle to make some kind of sound, make it sound like a motorcycle.
Yeah. I still do that when I'm at the grocery store in the shopping cart. Tell me you don't, I don't believe you. You take the racing line going down all those aisles at Aldi.
Actually, in the top end, when there is an option, you can turn on your internal speakers with some engine noises. I don't know what it sounds like though. I'll have to find out. Oh, Brad Myers and Steve Young.
Peter is very wide, and I think he's flirting there with the track penalties there. I would say he has at least 2. But I'm not sure about that, but he's very wide always coming out there. So
yeah, I mean, Chris also, he's really flirting with track penalties, and he obviously knows exactly where he can and cannot go, because he's cutting a lot of these corners, these medium slow speed corners, and here he's going. Oh, it's a wiggle from Peter.
And this race is not over yet. It's
not, is it?
No, it's not. Anything can happen.
Oh, it's a curb.
The sausage. Yep. That's going to hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think in a real car that would have been damage. That would have moved the toe in considerably.
Okay, I'm going to jump back. These guys are...
But Peter's car is definitely sliding a lot more. And Chris, you see how fast Chris is back on him? Even after a slight mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting down to the last few laps here, so people are going to start taking chances, I think.
And there's a very interesting race happening between Laszlo, Sylvain, and Kenny Flanstead. They're back to back and fighting very hard. P11, 12, and 13.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching right now, yeah. That's my 3 BMW crowd. And back here.
That was quite slow for these top 2. Oh! Slow laps from both Peter and Chris. They were both in the 2 minutes mark.
Wow. So see, they are pushing each other very hard. Chris is really pushing Peter. And I don't think Peter is used to that kind of pressure, actually,
Not at eSeniors, he's not, no.
No, he's not.
And Chris is ever closer now. Just needs to hit this apex, because Peter really struggles to it. Now he's set himself up. Peter's taken the defensive line, and he's trying to go around the outside. Yeah, he's not going to do it that way. Wasn't far enough. You need to be a little bit farther ahead in order to get that line for the next apex.
I'll give something for Peter to think about, though.
Absolutely. Well, you have to take that defensive line. I've not seen him do that all race.
Four minutes to go. Lots of pressure there.
Yeah, 2 laps after this one.
Very nice.
Oh, look at this, side by side. Oh. That's Kenny trying to get by Sylvain.
Yeah. But there's also a big battle here. Chris Bourne, Steve Young.
Yep.
Brad Maris.
Mary's is all over the back of Steve. He haven't been able to pass him all day. That's what I'm saying. It's getting down to the brass tacks here. They're going to start. They're going to start possibly taking a few chances.
Peter really struggles.
Look at this. Kenny finally got ahead of Desart.
Peter is really struggling through turn 1. That is where, well, now they're going down the hangar straight, and Peter got a bad exit, and Chris is all over him.
Oh yeah.
Peter's taken the inside line, so he's got the defensive lines. Let's see what Chris can do going around the outside.
He got it.
He shoots great, super deep, maybe too deep. Has he taken it? He has. He has. He's taken the lead.
It's not over.
No, it's not over yet.
Amazing.
It's not over yet.
Dave.
And Peter's fighting back.
Look at that.
He's fighting back. Oh, goodness me.
Oh my God, that insane racing.
Wow.
That's so nice. Really nice. Really nice. Wow.
What an amazing maneuver.
Yeah, was that ever nice to watch?
But, you know, we've seen Peter struggle at that corner, that right-hander.
Yeah.
Lap after lap, and Chris normally follows him with a mistake. But that was amazing around the outside. Holy crap!
Yeah, you can see that Ferrari it grips better than the Porsche. I mean,
What it is, it's more forgiving. So you know, if you do go in a little bit too hot, you get a 4-wheel drift instead of a 2-wheel drift, and you can control it.
Well, Chris is going to take this race.
Think so?
And wow, man, did he fight hard to get this win?
Yeah, we're on the last lap.
Oh, Brad Mary just went wide. Lost the spot.
Oh,
And that was Peter's slowest lap of the race, a 2:02. Trying to defend that position.
amazing
Not over
racing.
yet. He's still close by.
Oh, yeah.
Peter is now completely overdriving to try and stay in touch with Chris.
Still awesome racing from these two gentlemen. Absolutely awesome racing.
Is this the last lap? Actually, no, they get one more after this.
This is the last lap. This is the last lap. Yeah.
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
Wow, so that was a pass on the second last lap.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's like now or never kind of thing, you know.
But look at this. Look at this now. Look at where the leaderboard is in the sense of these two guys who have been so far ahead of everybody else last year, and they're only 10 seconds up
And
on
that-
the.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say that is the best passing maneuver that we've seen in eSeniors in 2 years.
Yeah,
You've got to remember who Chris just overtook.
Yeah.
That was
you're right.
stunning.
You're right.
Stunning.
You're right. Yeah, it was. It was really amazing. And both those drivers are stunning drivers. I mean, they're amazing, both of them. And knowing Peter, he's going to be thrilled, even with this P2. You know, I'm sure he's going to say, okay, bring it on. Bring Barcelona as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think so too.
And here they go. Very
There's
nice.
the
Beautiful race.
Yay!
Beautiful race,
There
gentlemen.
comes John
Beautiful.
Saunders. New name, Mr. Crosland. And then Chris, not far behind.
Yeah, look at this. They're side by side. Yeah, very nice.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Very nice.
Race,
gentlemen.
great fun race to watch.
Yeah, great race from John Saunders as well. Great P3.
Let's see if I can catch these guys in the chat room.
Awesome race, gentlemen. I have to let you go. I'm gonna post the results.
Okay.
Thank you for listening, everyone.
Okay.
See you next weekend.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Cheers. Yeah, I'm going to drop too.
All right. I'll see if I can catch
Bye.
that podium
Bye.
interview.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Bye.
See See if I can catch. So that was a great race for the first one of the year. I'm just going to watch to see if any of these guys go into the chat line so we can grab them and for a podium interview. But yeah, great race. Great way to start the season, that's for sure. And nice to see the new names do a good job on the leaderboard there. I don't see anybody jumping in. I'll give it a couple of seconds. So let's just go down the top 10. Chris Moses in first, Peter Wolflander in second, John Saunders in third, and a great race between those three guys. Mr. Crosland in fourth, Chris Bourne in fifth, Steve Young in sixth, Mircea Paunoff in eighth, Peter Larson in ninth, and Roman Mark in 10th. And I do not see anybody coming into the room. Well, there's Chris Moses. I'll grab him. Let's see if I can grab him and get him in. Bear with me, people. Finally, Chris, I got you there on the stream. I don't see anybody else. That was a fun race to watch.
Oh man, I tell you, woohoo! That was hard.
A little bit of sweat on the forehead.
Oh, all over your orifice. It's sweaty.
But it's
and everything.
It was nice to see someone challenge the wolf.
Yeah, it was good. He had a little better long spit pace than him. So I noticed him start to slide a little bit, and then I thought I lost I was ready to pit the lap he pitted, and I was like, I got him now because I'm just gonna hit the marks, boom, in and out, and beat him. And he went into my lap. I'm like, oh no. So I still had a pretty good pit stop, and he came out right.
Well, it was very close. We caught it right on the stream, and Dan, it was just amazing to watch. Just you guys came out exactly the same spot you were before you went in.
Yeah, and it was whew. I tell you what, man,
he looked like he was fighting his car a lot, didn't he? Wasn't he?
Yeah, about 5-6 laps in, I can tell his rear end was starting to step out on him a little bit, and he's really struggling in that last left-hander before the last turn. He was really having a hard time there, and then coming out of the final S's onto the hanger straight in the backstretch there.
Now you changed cars this season, haven't you?
Yeah, I was just about to switch to the Lambo, and I was like, you know what? No one's driving the Lambo except for Steve, and they buffed it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in the Lambo, and I was doing some practice. It's not that quick.
No.
And then I did a bunch more. I had the car perfectly set up, and I realized my game had not patched yet.
Oh.
So I was just driving offline, and then I put the patch in, and the car was horrible. And it just totally overheated the rear tires. I had it set up to like really save the fronts. But you can't do that now since the 0.2 patch. It puts all this heat in the rear, so I had to really change the setup. And then I kept with my setup with I use a different engine map for rear engine braking, but it still was a little. I had to really turn down all the cambers and all the toes and everything, and it paid off because the car was quicker at the end. So.
Did you like the way it handled then? Or you got more work to do?
I liked it. I had it for the first time ever. I had to use a totally different setup for qualifying.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, and I never done that before.
Well, so, we were talking about that. I thought let me get rid of the video. We were talking about and I think Eris mentioned it, that these cars are going to react a little bit differently to a full tank of gas.
Well, yeah, that is big time difference far as your pace. But you can go back to like a lot of camber, a lot of negative toe for a few laps until it gives up. It'll give up on you after a couple laps. So that's what I did. I went back to an old style setup and changed the engine map, moved the brake bias way forward, and I didn't really get a good qualifying. The lap I could have got. I could have probably maybe a 57.9 or something like that. I thought I could have got, but I never really put it together. But I'm happy. I think I got fast lap in the race and the win, so I got the.
Well, this grouping is going to be fun to watch. There's lots of guys up there that, and the podium was fun to watch. You guys were all together. It looks like Saunders got a bad pit stop. He came out like 7 or 8 seconds behind. I don't know what happened to him there, but.
Yeah, that hurt him big time. He had a couple times he had a run on me. I made one mistake of the race, and he had a good run. I just defended the inside, and then another time I had to check up for Wolf, and he got a good run on me there. But
I remember that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well,
it
thanks a
was
lot. It was a
a
great
good-
race. Good win. Great win. Great win. And we're looking forward to you three guys battling all year. But
Yeah, look out for Brad Mears too. He's a old friend of mine. He's got a lot of pace. He's
he
just
does.
getting
We
his
did
feet
watch
wet.
him. Yeah. He
Yeah,
got
so
stuck
he'll-
behind. He got stuck behind a few people, and tough track to pass sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
fun,
All right.
man.
Thanks
All right, thank you.
Thanks for dropping by. All right, everybody. We'll sign off here now. We'll see you.